This is going to be John Force looking to take on Ron Capps, and John is looking for his 120th national event, the most in the sport. It would give him at least one win each season for the last 20 years.
That is an amazing stat, but that's an amazing team. And remember, the last time these two met in the final round at Bristol, Ron Capps was able to take out John on a hole shot. You know John Force realizes that. He's thinking about it, but he's had some good life today. Ron Capps also, he's been on his game. His crew chief, Ed McCullough, has been getting his car down the racetrack consistently, as has Austin Coyle with John Force. Good matchup here. Once again, even though this is fuel not normally decided on the starting line, it could very well happen here.
I love it when you see Ron Capps, and he's so anxious to go and gives it that point. There's Force in the near lane. Ron Capps over on the far side. The Thunder Monsters. Whoa, right! Capps takes the win as Force goes away. Ron Capps with a 499, 293 to Force's losing 616, 150 miles an hour.
Give it to that man right there, Ed McCullough. They weren't the fastest, but that car went down the racetrack every single time it came to the starting line this weekend. That is an excellent job to be able to do that. John Force had 300ths of a second advantage off the starting line. He wasn't going to get beat on a hole shot, but he just didn't have the cars. It spun the tires in the middle of the course, and Ron Capps gets the win. Great job by that team.
Ed the Ace takes the congratulations. Let's go to Dave Reef.
Down with Don Schumacher, who actually watched that race at about, what, 150 foot down the racetrack. You have now won a national event at all the races this year, except for Phoenix. It's pretty amazing.
It's been amazing. I mean, these teams have been just doing outstanding. This Brute team, Torco, I mean, these guys have been doing unbelievable. Ron Capps and Ed McCullough, you know, what could I say? These guys are just great, and they're just doing a phenomenal job out here. Been in the finals with Force now twice. They took him out both times. You got to do that to win the championship, and they're working their tails off for it.
I reminded you at the championship banquet to pinch yourself after you won 2 categories championships last year. Pinch yourself once again.
Happy and a very successful man. Ron Capps brings the Brute machine to a stop. Last driver to beat John Force in 3 finals in a season was Ron's teammate, Gary Selsey, in 2004. Very, very happy. We'll go back and look at the run again.
John Force, like we said, had 300ths of a second in the bank off the starting line, but he was in a little bit deep. Ron had actually made that, most of that up in 60 feet, and then as soon as Ron started spinning the tire, or John started spinning the tires, Ron pulled away. And look at Ron, is he pumped or what?
Let's go to Gary Gerald.
Ron Capps, I simply want to know one thing. After 2 consecutive events, when you got knocked out as the season points leader is in the first round of eliminations, how gratifying is this to come back today and now hold that trophy in your hand?
I'm at a loss for Gary. It's been a wild ride already. I don't know what happened that run. It put cylinders out and vibrated. They did a lane change right at the last minute, and that's always kind of the kiss of death, I thought. But Coyle, you know, he's pretty sharp over there. But Pat Chavez, our body guy, took some toes off. He's the one who put this charger together back at the shop. I want to say hi to him. But let me tell you something. It says shave gel on the hood of my car, made by Brute, and every one of our runs has been close. I can't wait to watch ESPN 2 tonight and see how close they were, because it was unbelievable. But Super Winch, Torco, I mean, Army guys, Valspar, all the guys I don't get to mention, unbelievable. Thank you.
Top Fuel final. And that one belongs to Doug Coletta all the way. A 467, 310 miles an hour. Coletta is the only Top Fuel driver to beat Brandon Bernstein in a final round before, and that was at Joliet in 2004. Now he's done it twice.
Just a great job by that team. Both teams, in fact. You got to give a hand to each and every one of them, because, I mean, Doug Coletta, you know, after that semifinal reaction time of 175, I was kind of wondering how he's going to come back and react to that. Well, he picked up over 1/10 of a second on his reaction time and had the advantage over Brandon off the starting line and never looked back. Over 300 per second advantage off the starting line over Brandon. Both two cars had good tune-ups on the race car, but Ron Tobler, he was just a little bit better. Gets the win with a 467 to over 310. One more look at Brandon. Not a bad run. Good weekend for the general and the rest of the team. Had a good race car. They just came up a little bit short today.
And Dave Reef, I would suspect that Ron Tobler is really happy with this one.
He is in a very subdued mosh pit this time. Everybody gently touching the stomach of the crew chief that is now tuned Doug Coletta to 3 wins in the last 4 races.
Yeah, you know, Dave, it's just been an unbelievable streak, and this whole team has worked hard to get us to this point. The car's been running great. It's consistent. We tried to just walk the line here, obviously, with the racetrack the way it was. Everybody on this Mac Tools, Xantrex 3, Redline Oil, and Technico Cowboys, wish you were here. It's a great weekend.
Was there a lot of pressure on this team coming into this race following a round 1 defeat to really get back into this thing, start making ground on Melanie right now?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we want her to make up ground on her whenever we can, and certainly Brandon. I mean, Brandon's breathing down our neck, and we got Fuller out of there, who's right there. There's about 5 real good cars behind us. So, yeah, you know, Columbus, we knew we had a good car. We kind of had a little abnormal situation where the car smoking the tires at the finish line, but it ran good to half track, so we felt pretty good coming in here. We went down the track all 8 runs here. Couldn't ask for a better day.
From a happy crew chief to a happy driver at the far end.
Doug Coletta, we were just hearing Ron Tobler talk about how this team got down the racetrack 8 times this weekend and in the heat. Is that going to be a key to you tracking down Melanie Troxel and challenging for that points lead?
Hopefully so. If that's what Ron's saying, then that's, you know, I'm on his shirt tail with this tune-up. And, you know, just awesome. He had the car running like it did this whole weekend. And, you know, just awesome for our sponsor, Mac Tools. And I want to say hi to my dad, Doug Sr., who's home battling a little lung cancer. But, you know, Technicoat, Xantrex 3, I mean, it's just been an awesome run for us this weekend. And, you know, Redline, everybody that's supporting this thing. So just happy to get another win and moving, you know, we'll count the points during the week. So
let me ask you, you mentioned your dad. When you've got that in the back of your mind, does it make your job tougher when you come out here and go to the line to put it aside?
No, he's, you know, he's obviously supporting this effort, and just knowing he's supporting us, you know, that's what it takes. So he's a great guy.
Tough way, tough times, but a nice way to top that all off. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Doug Coletta, very, very nice. A lot on his mind when you think about it. And Brandon, well, he had his shot, didn't do it. Still in the fight, though. The points, we want to take a look at them right now. And Melanie Troxel, well, they're nibbling away and trying to get closer and closer to take that lead away from her.